As I live and breathe.
As he lives and breathes.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the pre-show for Sony E3 2017. What's going on, guys? I'm always joined. The best ponytail in the business.
It's fabulous.
He used to do everything, but I'm starting to take everything under my wing, and when that means nothing at all, because he has the keyboard and mouse again, and everything is back.
Everything is back as it should be.
As it should be.
As it should be.
It's Mr. Nicholas De Jesus.
How's it going tonight, ladies and gentlemen?
How's it going, Nick?
It's not bad. Not bad at all. Pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not tired. It's not
Exhausted?
No. This is pretty extensive or involved E3. I forgot how much involved it was. Like, I thought that last year was very involved just because of the what I was doing and how crazy I was going. But even still, it's still a lot. Yeah, it's still a lot.
I think we fucking nailed it.
Yeah, I think we're doing a great job. Let us know in the comments below if you think we're doing a great job.
We're also joined again with the best camera girl in the business. Here for Sony, Miss Christine Anderson.
Hey guys, what's up?
And I'm your host for Sony's E3 press conference and pre-show. The Kango cap wearing, computer running, platinum earning,
Oh my goodness.
Tekken undefeated, Pete Anderson. What's going on, guys? So yeah, we got a lot to talk about. So Sony, very big press conference. Will they deliver again? They've been delivering the last 2 years. I don't see any difference from Sony kicking ass one more time.
We'll see. You know, there was a time where Sony did not deliver at these. There was a time. I'm just saying. So be careful what you wish for, Pete.
You know what? I have confidence.
I feel like Xbox did a fairly good job with what they had. It wasn't. I mean, it was exciting, at least to the audience that was in the crowd. I feel like people in this room were very excited, but I wasn't, because of very specific reasons.
Yes.
Very, very specific reasons. But I feel like a lot of people were very excited about the Xbox conference. But we'll see what Sony has to offer. I mean, they could blow us out of the water.
I don't know. There was no segue there.
No,
I don't know why I looked at the camera there. It's just...
Wasn't it? I feel like it was you who last year said that there weren't enough indie games and you wanted more indie games. Was that you?
I don't know what you're talking about. I doubt that. I think Pete was the huge indie guy. I believe Pete's the huge indie guy. I've never been a huge indie guy, so
I thought somebody had said something. That's
maybe,
why I was like,
I mean, Jay Bird was still with us, so it could have been him.
R.I.P.
He's not dead. He's not even dead to us. That's absolutely terrible. All right, my
I
condolences.
got a text from Jay. He says I'm not dead, motherfuckers. No, I'm kidding. No, we love Jay.
But I don't.
well, some of us do. I don't know.
Apparently, some of us do. Shit. I mean, have you even brought roses to his grave?
Tulips.
And tulips.
You gotta brighten everybody's day with tulips. No, but so we are ImprovGamers. We come to you live every Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with the top news stories of the week, topic of the show, and of course, new releases. We also come to you with a little bite-sized, condensed, little appetizer nuggets. Yep. 10-15 minutes on Tuesday and Thursday, so you can watch us on your lunch break at work, because that's the best time to enjoy us. Remember, drink us down. We always go down smooth. We're not like that aftertaste. You know when you have a shot and you got the kind of face? No, we go smooth. We're like the Cabo Wabo tequila, where you just go down smooth sailing, like water. Like drips down your throat and it tickles you down all the way. Oh, yeah, we're that good.
I was wondering how long you were gonna drag that out for.
What the hell did I?
You realize I could have.
I know. I was like, I just want to I want to get a stopwatch and find out how long Pete's gonna drag this out for.
Welcome to the Nintendo Direct tomorrow.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Good luck, ladies and gentlemen.
We're gonna be
a part of me is glad that I won't be here.
It will be so much. The Nintendo Direct.
I'm looking forward to it. I mean, if it's a half an hour, I'm pretty much probably gonna be watching it on my drive into work.
Will you be talking over the Direct?
No, Pete doesn't know how to do that.
Oh.
I started for Ubisoft. I was like, because I said to Mills, shout out to Mills. I was talking, and then I was like, I wonder if I could talk through the conference. I was like, guys, would you want me to talk through the conference? So then I went over, did not realize you couldn't talk through the conference. So you see me going,
Yeah,
Oh,
and
jeez.
Pete has no idea that he can't talk to the conference.
But it doesn't matter because I'll talk to a wall and get a wonderful conversation out of it. So as you guys know, we have our prediction episodes right before E3 and all the press conferences. We've already covered Bethesda. We've already had Microsoft, EA, Ubisoft. Now comes to the big dog. Of course, I'm talking about Sony. Me and Nick both have 7 predictions for Sony. If you have any insider ideas, you can always shout them out as well. And then, of course, Nintendo will be tomorrow. Same deal, but I'll get into that in a little bit. So let's jump into the predictions for a little bit. So who wants to go first?
It doesn't matter.
Whose prediction goes first?
Doesn't care. Who cares?
I started with Nick last time because remember he said, haha, Steep 2. And like I said on the pre-show, what a stupid idea. Hashtag Pete was right. So we'll start with Pete because he's going to be right about Sucker Punch's new game. Opens the show.
Opens the show?
It is a new IP, trailer, and gameplay
Okay.
for Sucker Punch's new game. Yours is...
Pete in his damn handwriting.
Other messages from... about Death... a message from Kojima about Death Stranding. That's not going to happen because Kojima already said he's not going to be at E3.
Yes, but Kojima says a lot of things.
Yeah, that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
To be fair, Life is Strange said that. They said they weren't going to be at E3, you know?
So there's a
I'm
lot of
going
things.
with Nick.
There's a lot of things that Kojima says, but he never actually.
I'm going with Nick.
There's a lot of things he says.
So our number 2 prediction is, for me, Days Gone, with a focus on story trailer, and it's going to be out October 17th, 2017. That's the winner right there.
A lot of things tied into that October 17th date already.
Yeah,
I'm
but
seeing a lot more 2017 release dates than I thought I would.
Yeah, that's kind of true. I'm a little surprised at how many things are coming out
Because
2017.
I think last year was a lot of like 2017, 2017. You're like, all right, all right.
Hey, remember, if it's October, I still get points. It'd just be half
For
points.
which one?
For Days Gone.
Oh.
For Days Gone.
For number 2, for Nick, God of War story arc trailer, behind the story.
Yeah, something that tells you not behind the story, but more like
That's what
more
you
like,
put behind the story, sir.
Yeah,
He's
but
gonna
you're making
explain
it
what he
sound like
means,
behind
though.
the scenes, and it's
Yeah.
not behind the scenes.
No, it's behind the story
yeah,
of Kratos.
it's basically how he got to where he was and why he's there.
Yeah. I know, Nick. I wrote down the predictions.
Okay, but
Yeah, but
clearly
you can't read your own
can't even fucking
handwriting.
read your own handwriting. Thank you.
I was so. I just wanted to enjoy our conversation. My number 3 is Gran Turismo Sport, coming out September 2017, which is obviously going to be a point for me. Number 3 for Nick is Square Enix Avengers game. Gameplay / trailer. Release date fall 2017. That's a little bit.
That's a bold prediction.
That's your big moment of the show. Granted, I have a big moment coming up too. Number 4. Rockstar is at Sony and shows off Red Dead, and that ends the show for me.
I like that for ending the show.
Nick, I know, likes it too.
I'm not too sure.
Okay.
He's
Because
putting a pin in that.
number 4 for Nick is a new handheld from Sony.
Yeah, big prediction. that's a big one too.
Yes, it is.
I think we kind of went bold on Sony.
Yeah, we did.
I think we went a
That's
little.
that's not surprising though, because you're big Sony people, so it's what you want to see.
We went very bold on
It's
Sony.
very fanboy-esque.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
My number 5, of course, is 15 to 20 minutes on virtual reality, PSVR.
Yes.
Okay.
15 to 20 minutes
I
on
think
it.
we can all support that.
Number 5 for Nick, Last of Us Part 2 trailer, release date 2018. That ends the show for Nick.
Yes.
If that happens, that's fucking insane. That would be insane. That would take the conference, the whole thing. Nobody could compete with that.
Can compete with Last of Us.
What's the
If
year
they said-
that Last of Us came out? 16?
The original Last of Us?
Yeah.
I
The
think-
original Last
I
of
think
Us
that was 14, wasn't it? Or am I
13,
Is it 13?
13? Oh my god.
Jesus Christ, time flies.
Really?
if I'm correct. I could always double check.
I'll look.
Holy
I got
crap.
it.
That seems a little bit.
But
further ago.
remember that Naughty Dog did work on Uncharted last year. It came out, and Lost Legacy. So if it comes out in 2018, that would be in. Detroit trailer, early 2018.
Detroit.
Become Human. You were a very big fan of this game, where basically the last year he had to talk the girl off the roof, and you had the different. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You agree? You like
Yes.
that idea?
Yes.
I know you
Yes,
do.
June 14th, 2013.
Boom. God, I'm good. Number 6 for Nick is Spider-Man Wows Us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The definition of that is that they try to convince us as to why we should buy another Spider-Man game because there was such a failure with the movie franchise, with the Amazing Spider-Man, with Amazing Spider-Man 2. Like all the Spider-Mans that Sony has tried to do has been a failure. So they're gonna try to wow us with what Spider-Man is capable of, and why it is you should play this Spider-Man and why it's gonna be different than the last couple of Spider-Mans, movies and games.
My number 7.
Number 7.
And final for PlayStation. We could always add a couple
If we get there.
Rocksteady's new game is announced. I feel that's a solid bet. Rocksteady, of course, behind the Batman Arkham game, so that would be cool. And Nick, which I think is a very strong opener and a very good, easy way to catch up to me. Call of Duty World War II multiplayer in-depth open. So it opens the show. Now, I feel, no offense, sir, but we can't. These are sealed. We can't change these at all. I feel though that it won't be multiplayer. I think it will be a single player mission.
Okay.
But if it's multiplayer, kudos on you. So yeah, those are our 7 each predictions for Sony. Do you have anything you want to see? Anything? You think God of War comes out? What are you thinking this fall? Do you think Detroit comes out this year, or do you think comes out early next year, like me? The correct guy.
Help me out. Where did we first see Detroit?
Detroit
was it last year?
I think it's been 2 years now. 2 E3s.
Really?
I think
has it been 2?
I think the first time we saw it was the first time we covered E3 here on the channel.
Well, I wouldn't know because I don't think I was there.
You were.
I was
at Sony.
there. Yeah.
Everybody was at Sony.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we'll take a look.
I hope so. Yeah.
We'll go through
I believe the first time was her walking through. It was just a teaser, and then last year.
Oh yes, it was her getting built inside of the thing, inside of the machine, and then she walks out into the real world, and and then that was Detroit become human. And then the last year was the in-depth, like, this is how the game is going to operate.
Yeah, talk him off the ledge.
Talk him off the ledge.
I honestly think that it's going to come, and I think early 2018, because we've had this conversation, you have the fall schedule being these big AAA sequel games, the Call of Duties, the Battlefronts. You put something in the early 2018 slot, it has time to breathe. It happened with Horizon Zero Dawn.
That you platinumed?
That you platinumed?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I platinumed Horizon Zero Dawn. One of the many big achievements. I also platinumed recently Tekken 7.
I love how Joe has more platinums than you.
I challenge you.
I was like, yes.
Yeah, I was like, that was my happiest moment when Joe was like, "Oh, so you only have like 6 more to catch up to me." And I was like, "Ha ha, Pete, shut down." Hashtag pizza cheat.
You know what I'm excited to play tomorrow on the sidebar? I'm still waiting to go through the second episode of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, yeah? Haven't gotten time, huh?
No, obviously. E3, what a motherfucker of a time.
I only beat Zelda during E3, so it's fine, Pete.
Yeah, you also didn't work on Sunday, sir. I've been working every single day.
Just saying.
Mr.
Right?
No Days Off.
I'm just saying.
Mr. No Days Off.
Still beat it, all right? Undefeated, 1 game.
At least you completed a game.
That's right. That's right. 1 for 1, baby.
I still remember the year his game of the year he didn't even finish. I have no words for that. I literally have no words for that.
I mean,
I want to see Tomb Raider though. I'm hoping
I could see Tomb Raider being at Sony.
Yeah,
without a doubt. I think
I can too.
If we'll give.
It wasn't at Xbox, right? And usually they get the exclusive on Tomb Raider, so.
So give Tomb Raider for Christine.
If Crystal Dynamics got their head out of their asses, then they're going to pair up with Sony.
Yeah, and I believe what the leak was Shadow something. Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb.
Something. Shadow.
Because it was
Shadow of the Raider or something like that.
It was seen. A guy had a PowerPoint presentation with the name there, stupidly on the train, and somebody took pictures of it, and we saw. Any other predictions, Christine? So we have. Does VR have a price drop? Because I wanted to put that as a prediction, but I'm not sure.
How much of a price drop would you be thinking?
I would like it to be $300.
I doubt we're gonna get a price drop.
I doubt it.
I doubt it. I doubt it very much because of the fact that it's still selling units. You're still not finding it on the shelves. It's still selling units, even with all the.
It's not been in the wild for years. So
yeah. So that's the issue that you're facing, is that it hasn't been in the wild for a very long time. And I mean the units are still moving. It's just Sony is slowly releasing them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they played it quite smart because Sony knows what they're doing.
See, I told you about them.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can find something.
But
else.
no, it's Tomb Raider. I definitely think Tomb Raider is gonna make an appearance. I think Sony's a motherfucker. I was talking about this on Ubisoft's pre-show. You can always check that out over on the channel. I was wonderful. That was an ego boost if I've ever seen one for myself.
What are you talking about?
I talk
Everything you say is an ego boost.
Yeah, 1,000% correct. No, I Sony, like Ubisoft, I mean, they could fucking just boom, 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 and you could just be like, damn, that was a good conference. And honestly, they could do some moves. You know, they can announce Tomb Raider. They can announce release dates. They have a lot. Dreams. Will we see Dreams?
They have a lot on their own.
I remember Dreams. I think. Yeah, I think
it was. It felt like a dream. You remembering Dreams? That if they don't say it's compatible with VR, I'm just gonna be like, oh, it's a waste of time.
It's the only game.
It's a waste of time now.
It's one of the only games that should be compatible with VR. I mean, that game looks like it was designed specifically for VR.
Do you think they release a totally new game specifically with VR in mind?
Yeah. If it's first party, I don't know about that. I see maybe Sony Santa Monica doing something with VR, but I mean they're definitely planning on God of War right now.
Yeah, they're busy. I think they're busy because that's their big thing.
Do we see any more gameplay from God of War? I know that's not your prediction. Yours is basically a story arc trailer, but would you like to see more gameplay from God of War? Or you think
I think God of War is one of those games where we just already kind of know what we're gonna get. You know what I'm saying?
So,
like
yeah.
it's. I mean, yeah, Kratos doesn't have the chains, chains of Olympus.
Yeah.
Right.
You're good.
I'll
stop you when you're wrong.
Yeah.
You know that.
You know, he doesn't have the chains anymore. So, but still, that axe battle that we did see, I think that's good enough for anybody. I don't think we necessarily need to see more. We saw bow and arrow action.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like we saw a lot.
I still remember
that.
that one thing when he just throws it and nails the guy to the rock and then just calls back the axe. And I'm like, oh, God, this is great. So here's my question to you guys. We are about 13 minutes away from Sony. What, if any game, what would you like to see gameplay on? Like more gameplay or more like what is the most, like realistically, like you can't say like I want to see gameplay of Death Stranding and release date this year. No, come on, Nick. I know where your head's at. What's the number one thing you want to see? More gameplay? What game? What release date? What is the number one thing you want from this press conference?
I don't know. That's kind of tough to tell. I mean, there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of things that we have on the agenda this week, or today, or in the next hour and a half, depending on your perspective. I don't know. I would say that if they're gonna showcase Destiny, then
that I think is
that's one thing that should
definitely
they should show us some
Destiny.
clean gameplay. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the gameplay that we've seen has been like kind of raggedy and dirty. It's kind of all over the place and it's kind of hard to follow the action. I want something where you can really follow the action, kind of like what Ubisoft was doing, where they kind of like explored and showed you what was going on as it went on.
100%. Taking a look over here. Taking a look.
Would you give Destiny 2 a shot?
Yeah, 100%. I've said that also on the show. I mean, and I was talking to Mills. Shout out to Mills.
That you weren't feeling it.
No, that he was saying Destiny 2 looks good. And I said, yeah. I said, if you get a good group of people and play, and the story's there, I'm a big story guy. You guys know this. I'm sold. Give me a story that I will just envelop and enjoy. I'm trying to think what else. But yeah, I would really like to see, out of all my predictions, I would like to see probably Sucker Punch's new game. I really think they'll have to debut it. I mean, or you know what? Actually, no, I take that back. I want to see Spider-Man.
Yeah?
I think Spider-Man, show me the gameplay.
You know what? Above Destiny, yeah, Spider-Man. Show me the gameplay. I agree with you on that one.
Because it's Insomniac,
Yeah.
They behind Sunset Overdrive, they have the mechanics where you could float around. Show me why we should pay attention to Spider-Man.
Would this be a game loosely based on the movie?
No, not based on the movie at all. This is a completely separate entity. This is Sony's production on Spider-Man trying to reinvigorate the character for their gaming, gaming stuff.
But I would love to see, and it doesn't have to be long.
Other part of Spider-Man, show me enemies.
Yeah.
Show me enemies.
Like,
because Spider-Man is
enemies like boss, like Green
boss,
Goblin.
yeah. Show me
Okay,
who.
Because
Yeah.
we get
Doc
that
Ock.
he we get
If
that
it
he
has
slings
Doc
around
Ock,
the city, but
yeah.
If you have Doc Ock in your game, your Spider-Man is my game.
So, like, because the reason I say that is because a lot of what Christina's saying, like, as much as I'm looking at you swing around the city, it's going to look good. Until I
Yeah.
get it in my hands, I'm not going to get much for how it feels until it's in my hands and I get the controls and I understand the controls. But if you show me the enemies, it's very much like a Batman situation, right? Spider-Man is only as good as the enemies that he fights. And that's kind of what I want to see. I want to see what kind of enemies you're bringing to the table. I would like to see like some of that canon shit from the comics where, you know, Wolverine and Spider-Man are enemies, you know, for a while.
That'd be cool.
You know, Deadpool and Spider-Man get into it,
Ooh.
shit like that. I mean,
Yeah.
you're not gonna get Deadpool because Deadpool is a Fox kind of license, but you know, stuff like that. I mean, you still have Wolverine. Sony still owns Wolverine. Oh no, that's Fox also,
Yeah,
isn't it?
Fox.
Shit.
But
But
we've
we've
seen
seen
all these great ideas that will have no shot.
no, but
of
we've
happening.
seen
You never know.
We've seen Spider-Man go up against Wolverine in what is it, the Darkness something?
Deadly Alliance.
No, not Deadly Alliance. Web of Shadows.
Okay.
Web of Shadows. Spider-Man went up, and that was well within Sony's parameters. That was Sony's franchise then. So we've seen him go up against Wolverine and characters much like Wolverine. So, that's what I want to see. Is I want to see his enemies, and I would like to see that more like gray area enemies. You know, like the anti-heroes that he fights up against.
You know, the more I watch Spider-Man here, the more, you know what, I really want to see Spider-Man now. Like I'm craving for a Spider-Man game. Will it be released this year? Probably not. Would it be amazing if it was? Absolutely. But this is definitely if earliest at spring. But if you know,
But you just said it's so stacked in 2017. Would you really want it in 2017?
I mean,
If they're trying to come back and have a game people are invested in and excited about, you know, that's taking a big chance.
this would be very interesting, sir. Maybe I just say I think this could be our tightest one
Yeah, you think so?
I could see me being
I
right
see
about
good predictions on both sides,
100%
but I'm 1,000% with Nick in his opening.
of Call of Duty.
No, didn't you say Kojima was good at
No.
opening?
No, that was one of my.
A
Oh, I
message
thought-
from Kojima.
That was a message from Kojima. My
Oh.
opening is Call of Duty. Call of Duty. Is
I'm
my
making
opening.
that my opening.
What? Kojima?
Yes.
Really?
Hell yes.
That's bold.
It is bold. But considering I'm not even on the point system really, and Pete writing this down as an effort of futility, I'm going to do that bold prediction. Yeah.
Why not? She says.
And if
Why
I get
not?
it right, I get 15 points.
50 points each.
And the game.
Gotta love this cross fucking thing. The girl in the blue is not from.
And I'm saying my closing is Last of Us 2.
You're gonna Last of Us. You join for Nick.
Oh,
I
I,
re-
didn't remember. Yeah, I didn't really. I was paying attention, but it didn't stick that was your close. Yeah.
I mean, that would be awesome. Like, I would love to see gameplay from Last of Us, or at least like a trailer, more trailer, not just like a cinematic trailer. That would be stupendous too. I mean,
Sony knows what's up.
Sony really could fucking just kill it.
Yeah, they could.
They could kill it
just
again.
Kill.
They have
could
all
just
these
kill it.
IPs, and they could just be like, "Here, we're about to jizz all over your faces. Enjoy."
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, Destiny. Nobody predicted, but you're gonna see Destiny on PlayStation. Number one, you get the content first there, over up to a year, like Destiny 1 was, and nothing has been seen of Destiny.
No, we've seen a lot of Destiny.
Well, like at E3,
So
no press conference.
we've seen a lot of Destiny though. They had the whole show that happened a month ago. Like everybody was playing it. Everybody got their hands on.
I mean, it will
Everybody except us. Bungie. Thanks for the invite. Just saying.
Hypothetical question to you boys,
be. Yes.
which is vaguely related to Sony, but over. If you had the chance, like if somebody said to you, you're able to live go to one press conference, like actually be in the seats, which one would you pick to be there for?
Gamescom.
No, she's saying at E3. Which conference would we say
Yeah.
that?
Oh, you're talking about-
If I'm saying to you, you know, hypothetically you're already in the California area, and I'm just like, Nick, dude, I have one press conference, you know, and like you could be in the audience, but just one. You can't go to all of them. Like, which one would you want to be like? This is what I want my answer.
It's kind of difficult to answer now because of the fact
No,
that...
I'm not saying. I'm saying in general. Like, if it's before E3 even starts, and you're like, oh,
No, but that's what I'm saying. It's like it's kind of difficult to answer because I've experienced so much of E3 now that I kind of know. You get what I'm saying? Like the hype is still real for me for some of this stuff. But off the top of my head, like if I'm trying to be as level-headed as possible, it would have been Bethesda before the show started.
I think I would still do Sony.
Yeah, you will always do Sony.
Sony or actually Ubisoft. It would be a toss-up between the two of them. But for, like, when it talks about what event, I would definitely probably go to PSX.
Yeah?
I could see you. Yeah.
PSX would be the one I would choose. Good. Another prediction for Christina. She thinks Bloodborne 2 is going to be announced. Very smart prediction. She said it off camera. Very smart prediction. I think that's a very safe bet. I mean, it makes sense. The game's been a couple years.
Right? They already
give us something.
They already gave us Dark Souls 3. You know, unless they surprise us with a completely new IP, which could be very well under works. You know, it feels very much like they've been tired of this.
Just shtick.
This intense level of gaming. I feel like they want to kind of branch out. You know, so
I could see. We're about, I would say, 4 minutes away from Sony. If they start on time, they have an issue with starting on time.
Yeah.
Do you think we have the return of the orchestra?
Ooh.
No, I mean that was an opener last year, and that's why they started off with the orchestra. I don't know.
Do you see it returning?
I don't see it returning.
It was a cool thing the very beginning of the press conference. As the press conference wore on, it was like they have to use them because they're there.
Would you like bagpipes in it?
I would not like
Would
bagpipes.
you just this?
I can't see a reason why there would be bagpipes. So if they suddenly have bagpipes, okay, I'll
God of War DLC announced. Ireland.
With the bagpipes in tow.
May I ask a question? It's probably
Absolutely.
a stupid question, but
Everything,
as we all know, I'm not.
Nothing is stupid.
I don't know as much about gaming as the boys do. Your Sucker Punch prediction.
Yes.
Is it confirmed that there's definitely something in the works, and you're just
so
waiting? Okay,
they've been the most
it's not like you're
party.
anticipating
No.
them announcing.
No,
You know for a fact they're working on.
We know
something.
that they're working on
Okay,
something.
that's
The
what I
last
wasn't
game
sure.
they had was Infamous Second Son.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago.
You like Infamous.
Yeah, Infamous. Yeah, but they could do something else.
Yeah, second son was
First one
it
was
was
great. Second one, all right. Third one, missteps. But I hope that they do a new IP. And last year, Sony Bend was very quiet on what they were doing. They announced Days Gone, so it's now time for Sucker Punch to at least let us know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah,
that would be stupendous.
Last crazy prediction.
Absolutely.
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
New BioShock game. Bam. There it is.
I could see Ken
Both
Levine.
barrels
I
loaded.
could just see Ken Levine going up and saying, "It's not BioShock, but we got something for you."
Do I get credit?
If Ken Levine comes out on stage, I'll give you credit. If I get 1,000 points for fucking Rockstar coming out,
you don't
even have to end the show.
You don't get the 1,000 points.
You know how big it would be if Rockstar was at Sony?
Yeah.
Because Rockstar is that company that we don't fucking need to be at E3. They've never been at E3. Grand Theft Auto alone could sell more than a console, we found out.
They don't need to sell anything. Grand Theft Auto.
But with Red Dead, I think they could. But they
don't need to.
I know, but
the question is, right? Developers come to this because they need to prove to you that they have something in the works, right? Rockstar doesn't need to prove anything.
Nick, question to you.
Okay.
Will we see anything on the Final Fantasy VII remake? We saw a trailer for Kingdom Hearts a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Another trailer coming out in July 13th, I believe. You should check out this trailer. It has Hercules level in it.
Yeah.
Do you see anything from the remastered or remake of Final Fantasy VII?
I'm not sure. I'm a little skeptical because
he's skeptical.
We didn't see. We saw. Was it last year where we were like, oh, Final Fantasy VII remake, and every single time it was nope.
They announced it, and then that was it.
So I want to say yes, we do see something, but the problem is it's been in development hell because the guy behind Final Fantasy 15 went over to Final Fantasy 7 and caused developmental hell over there, and they very much gave him an ultimatum of getting it out in 2018.
Ooh.
So it sounds like soon, in the next couple of seconds, Sony should be starting. It sounds like they're getting amped.
Wait a minute, they're on time? Slightly.
They just might be on time. Just
Bite
know
your
that
tongue.
this is the pre-show. We are going to be streaming the conference for your viewing pleasure, and we'll be watching along with you. And then you come right back afterwards. We're going to go right through the show, top to bottom. We're going to talk to you all our reaction on PlayStation post-show for E3 2017. And then remember, tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have Nintendo. Pre-show I will be doing. Come join me. We're going to have a lot of fun. Something will be zany. If you know me, it's going to be zany. Am I right, Nick?
It'll be zany.
And then we'll watch the direct together, and then we'll do a pro show afterwards. And then I might just stay live and talk to you guys for a while. You know, well, who knows?
People got shit to do, Pete. You're not one of them. Oh,
Yeah.
snap.
I have lunch at 3:30. That gives me a solid 2 hours of doing absolutely nothing. But so yeah, all that. And if you're saying, hey, Pete, you know, how could I remember all this stuff? Well, Nick, isn't it very easy? You just hit that subscribe button right over there, and you like the video, and then all our notifications will appear when we're there. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can join me on our wonderful picnic tomorrow. Picnic with Pete.
Pack a lunch.
Pack a lunch. It's going to be a little bit. We haven't used pack a lunch in a while.
We used it like earlier this week, Pete.
So it looks like Sony is beginning in just a couple, I believe. Hold on.
I don't know. I'm having a little trouble on my end.
Nope, not yet. Hold on.
Oh, wait, no. I'm getting some action. Hold on.
Okay, Sony's going to be starting in a minute, so we'll see you guys on the flip side.
Enjoy.
So do you want to wait a little bit until your TV is this thing, sir? I could keep talking. I could say sweet nothings like...
You could always keep talking.
I could always keep... I'll just keep talking forever. Spider-Man. Make it happen. It's going to be great. I can't wait. Yours is up already? Are you on? What are you on?
I'm on Nigeria.
How the fuck do you get it and I don't? That is bullshit. We'll see. MLB The Show. That's no doubt. Did it freeze?
Yeah, something's frozen.
Uh-oh.
We're getting there, ladies and gentlemen.
Just hold on, baby. Hold on, baby. Now hold on, baby. Now hold on, baby. I believe this is about to start because they had a little PlayStation thing. And yep, it's on. I'm on. So once Nick gets his shit together, we'll be good to go. So we are just beginning. I'm going to have my headphones on so I can watch this beautiful thing in 4K. 4K. Sweet goodness.
Starting for me. How you doing, Nick?
I already have music.
It's acting up.
The trident. The bow and arrow. The axe. The great battle in which Ganesh lost his tusk. We find these symbols. We find the tusk.
That's supposed to happen?
Dunno. Welcome to downtown Halabadu. Last known resting place of the Tusk of Ganesh.
I don't like it.
You don't like anything.
Oh, thank you. I'm slipping.
You know that treasure hunting is not at the risk of us, right?
Neither is being a mercenary.
You too. Partners.
And hello, gorgeous.
What a pleasant surprise.
You want the tusk? You need my help.
A thief,
Collector of antiquities.
a parasite, who exploits our struggle in order to fatten her pockets.
So that's a no. Felt like a no.
I must admit, you are quite the schemer.
You were going to sell me out, weren't you?
Your history with the Sav made you the obvious choice.
You lied to my face.
Cards on the table. I need your help. And if you want the tusk, you need mine.
Guess a limpet can't change his spots.
You know nothing about me.
Now the casualty of war.
Don't!
Few dare trespass here. Those that do seek the glory of the hunt, to challenge themselves in a land like no other. But they never find glory, only death.
I'm not here for glory. I'm here for the mountain. For answers.
Then you must face the beast that guards it.
Come on, get him inside.
What happened?
Got hit again. Squatters off the highway. We've got to get some men together, go after them.
Don't look at me, it ain't my problem.
They've got Manny.
You sent Manny on a supply run.
I just run the camp, Deke. I don't tell folks how to live their lives.
Go to hell, Cope!
Oh! Out of the way! Oh! Hey!
Want some of this?
That's Manny's bike. Yeah, this way. Ugh.
He's not being there.
What's your problem?
Oh, shh. There's something up there. Easy, fellas. There he is. Still alive. How the hell am I? Come and get it. Dinner time. Drop him! Now! Or I'll kill him!
Do it. I'm not here for him. I'm here for you. Oh, God. Deke. Hi, Manny. Dude, come on. I wasn't gonna let him kill you. Besides, who the hell else around here knows how to rebuild a carburetor? Just back up. Nice and slow. Don't make a sound.
Please welcome to the stage, Sean Layden.
Welcome. Welcome. Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, fans and friends. This is your 2017 PlayStation Showcase. Thank you for coming tonight. Naughty Dog Gorilla Ben, out of control. I thought this opening was completely insane, and because I had to walk under zombies to get on the stage just now. They didn't even tell me about that last night. We're glad to be here. We're delighted to be here. We have a full show ahead of us, so let's just agree that we love games and we want to see more of them tonight. It's all about the games. Every year we continue to push the envelope of storytelling, imagination, and technology, and 2016 was no exception. Virtual reality is now a real consumer product, and our consoles are more powerful than ever, offering 4K and HDR options. We'll take a moment for that. With the launches of PlayStation VR and PS4 Pro, PlayStation once again stood at the forefront of bringing these technologies to the world of interactive entertainment. And now, in 2017, it continues to be all about the games. In the past few months alone, have given us some of the most creative, high-quality, and engaging video games ever seen. Horizon Zero Dawn, Neo, Resident Evil 7, MLB The Show, Persona 5, and yet we have an even broader, more diverse selection of blockbuster games coming soon. You will see, that's the plan, right? You will see tonight that Worldwide Studios is bringing you the exclusives you want, and through our strategic partnerships with third-party partners, PlayStation is home to all the biggest and best franchises in the world. It has never been a better time to be a gamer. Thank you all our fans, all of you, for your support and for making PlayStation one of the most loved brands in the world. And thank you all for being here tonight. As we open E3 and celebrate the world of games, this week is our web portal. We have a web portal this week. live.playstation.com will serve as the home for hours of programming, including developer walkthroughs, Q&A sessions, in-depth conversations, and so much more. But tonight, let's recognize the art of gameplay with a showcase of the most anticipated titles here at E3. So, without further ado, let's get back to the games. Before I step off, it's my personal pleasure and a privilege to share with you now a title that has a rabid cult following around the world and has a very special place in my heart. Please enjoy.
All biological life must be exterminated.
Doctor, get us out of here!
Ultron Sigma has 2 of the Infinite 6.
Gamora, we have Thanos. He raised you as his own. Convince him.
Have you come to beg for my help?
You have no choice. Help us.
Release me, and I will give you what you want.
Give us cause to trust you. Help us to find the Infinity Stones.
Very well. The Stone of Power lies at the heart of no room.
Bear witness to the death of your world.
Zero? His core routines have been rewritten by the Grandmaster. Nova, Major, get to the core.
The Time Stone has concealed itself beyond time.
Valkonda needs its key.
We had a dream. Our two diseased realities united to form a single perfect universe. Will you not bow before your god?
You are no god.
You'll have your diversion. Make it count. No, wait!
Ninjas.
Dante, can the ladies come out to play?
Be good.
Ebony, Ivory, care to dance?
Man, I thought I'd seen everything.
We're in a whole new world. Now we're gonna find out what you're really made of.
Don't have no mercy in this land. Death don't have no mercy in this land. And it comes to go out and it won't stay long. You look in bed, somebody be gone. Death don't have no mercy in this land.
Time to show what you're made of, soldier. Roll the tape. I'd like to try it again.
Well, the sun ain't shining in a dark and cloudy day. Well, the sun ain't shining in a dark and cloudy day.
I'm going to ask you again. Do you remember it?
It's just a nightmare.
Got him! No! Get me out of there!
Try to visualize the last thing you can remember before you came here. You understand I want what's best for you.
Get your booty on home to me.
You're welcome to join me. Hey, you got a bite. Don't let up. All right. Oh, yeah. Look at the size of that thing. Keep going.
Bravo team, do you copy over? Bravo, can you confirm you're receiving me? Over.
I'm not getting anything. They can't hear us. We're on our own.
Have hostiles moving on your position. Watch your flanks.
Okay, enemies ahead. All right. You ready? Engage! Cover me. Enemy on the property. I see. We're getting overrun.
Bravo, please respond. What is your status?
Are you gonna do it? You said I was cursed. You think I'm weak because I'm not like you.
You do not know everything, boy.
No. But at least I know the truth now.
The truth.
Hang on, boy!
Okay!
The truth.
Long way from home, aren't you? And here I thought your kind was supposed to be so enlightened, so much better than us.
The gods of these realms don't take kindly to outsiders, trust me. When they find you, and they will, they'll make things difficult.
Wait here. I will handle this.
Wow, that was something, that fight.
On our journey, we will be attacked by all manner of creature. To be effective in combat, a warrior must not feel for his enemy. Close your heart to their desperation. Close your heart to their suffering. The road ahead is long and unforgiving. No place for a boy. You must be a warrior.
But not everyone is bad. Mother always said to be open to those who can help.
Who you were before doesn't matter. This boy is not your past, he is your son. And he needs his father.
What is this?
It's the world serpent.
Stay calm, boy!
I am!
What is it saying?
He wants to help us!
Hold on just a little while longer. Hold on just a little while longer. Hold on just a little while longer. Everything will be alright.
This is a night our people will remember. There are 5 CyberLife stores across Detroit. We're gonna attack those stores and set our people free.
That's what we are to them. Just merchandise on display in a shop window. Let's get them out.
We'll stick to the plan. Neutralize the alarm systems and secure the area. There's 10 minutes until all our teams attack. You're awake now.
Marcus, watch out!
You are committing a Class 3 offense. This infraction is being reported to the police.
Shit.
We gotta go.
What? We can't just leave our people behind.
It's too late. If we stay here, we're gonna get shot. North. Our people need us alive. There's nothing else we can do.
Marcus!
Take cover! We are superior to them, but they are our masters? That's about to change. I'm gonna send the humans a message. My name is Marcus, and just like you, I was a slave. But then I chose to open my eyes, to take back my freedom, and decide who I wanted to be. Now I have come to tell you that you can be your own masters. We're with you!
I'll follow you, Marcus.
I'm with you, Marcus.
I'll follow you, Marcus. Then follow me.
We interrupt this broadcast with breaking news.
Police report that pro-Android graffiti was found in the neighborhoods of CyberLife stores.
Given the facts, it's pretty clear these attacks are linked to the deviant video message broadcast recently from the Stratford Tower.
Different locations were hit in what seems to be a coordinated attack.
This is an alarming situation. Could our machines now be turning against us?
Violence is the only language humans understand.
Numerous storefronts have been broken, with cars vandalized and set alight, leaving many Detroit neighborhoods in chaos.
We're getting reports that hundreds of androids have been stolen from CyberLife stores.
Property was damaged, and fires continue to rage in several major districts across the city.
Some people are asking, have androids become a threat to our security?
They're coming.
This way! Fire!
North! North. You alright? What happened?
They slaughtered them like animals.
Who did? My name is Marcus. I am one of them. This is our story.
Welcome to a world without light. You are weak, undisciplined, cowering behind walls. I command you, conquered war across the galaxy to prove my worth. I alone am worthy of a traveler's light. You're not brave. You've merely forgotten the fear of death. Allow me to reacquaint you.
Please welcome back to the stage, Sean Layden.
Okay, everybody, just breathe. Yes. That was quite the roller coaster ride for the last 60 minutes. Thank you all so much for being here tonight. The future is here, and it is now with PlayStation 4 Pro and PSVR. We could not be more excited than to kick off E3 2017, celebrating the content and the creators who make PlayStation the best place to play for gamers. Now, let me leave you with a true PlayStation exclusive, a true exclusive from PlayStation, from one of the industry's most respected developers. Let me thank you again for coming tonight. A shout out to my courageous friend Ronil Mehta for struggling on through. And now, everyone, please enjoy the ride.
All units, 1010S at 36 and Park. Repeat, all units be advised. Shots fired at Fisk Towers.
Yuri, I'm here.
What do you see?
Find the rest. Boss wants them dead.
Looks like the demons are moving in on Fisk's territory.
You got this?
I got this.
crawling through the building. Eliminate them.
Should've worn a helmet.
You got what you came for. You don't need to kill us, too.
Fisk's territory is ours now.
Not today.
Spider-Man! Tell the boss is here!
Hey, Willie.
You.
Nice jumpsuit. Slimming.
Stay out of my business.
Wait, the demons. Who's their leader?
Keep my men alive and maybe I'll tell you.
Saving bad guys from other bad guys. Not how I thought today would go. Hey, big guy. Is that a Higgs field? That's actually really cool. Fisk, your men are safe. Your turn. Who runs the demons?
You're about to find out. Check the roof.
He's here? Come on. No! Let's go! Did that just happen? Yeah.
I'm getting reports of a helicopter with a wrecking ball?
It's complicated. Turns out Martin Lee is running the demons.
The guy who runs the homeless shelter?
Like I said, it's complicated. Sit tight, Yuri. I got this. Please, let me got this.
That helicopter is destroying the city.
I know.
You need to bring it down.
I know.
Maybe you could superhero a little faster?
Working on it, Yuri. Too close. Okay, lady, here I come! Hi, is this the flight to Newark? Why are you doing this?
Because no one else will!
Lee, this is crazy! This isn't you!
You don't know me!
Need a plan. Plan real fast. Guess this is the plan! Come on, Pete, you got this! You got this, you got this, you got this! Please don't screw this up. Mr. Lee?
That's supposed to happen.
it's over. Come on, dude, let's go. Miles!
All right, that was the PlayStation E3 showcase here in the Shrine Auditorium in downtown LA.
All right, the fans outside are loving it. Hey, everyone, it's Jeff Keighley, and welcome back to YouTube Live at E3. That wraps up the PlayStation press conference, but now all those developers, you didn't hear a lot of talking on stage at all, but now the developers get to talk to you guys.
And we're back.
As I lives and breathes.
As he lives and breathes.
Now, Nick, I'm going to start off by saying this.
Okay.
I know you have gripes with something. I know you have gripes. We're going to get to it. I promise you.
You know, I have gripes with what in
What closed? I know you have gripes.
Okay. All right.
Am I right to say you have gripes?
You might be right, yeah.
I know you have gripes. I'm going to start.
Okay.
Take it away.
Fantastic.
Yeah?
One of the most fast-paced PlayStation press conferences I've ever seen.
Absolutely
Sean Layton
fast-paced.
came out twice.
I'm sorry?
Sean Layton came out twice.
Yeah, that was it.
He did it after the whole opening, which we'll get into in a second, and then to close the show.
As I knew he was going to do, because Christine was like, oh, it's over. I was like, no, he's going to throw one more game our way, and then he's going to go off.
Fantastic. I enjoyed this conference very much so.
Sorry for the technical difficulties there, ladies and gentlemen. We're having a bit of issues.
Let me start, because I'm very relaxed right now. You can tell, because I'm going to blow the fuck up when we get to some games. I'm always joined with the best ponytail in the business.
It's fabulous.
It's Mr. Nicholas De Jesus.
And I'm always joined by the host with the most, Mr. I'm Wondering himself, with the Kangol cap into. I was about to say fedora.
I almost wore the fedora.
I know. I would have liked that.
You should have mixed
It's
it
Mr.
up.
It's Mr. Peter Anderson, ladies and gentlemen.
What's
No,
up,
he would have
guys?
thrown me off too much.
What's up, guys?
And we're joined today by the best camera girl in the business. It's Miss Christine Anderson.
Thank you, Nick. Oh, that's
You're
nice
welcome.
that Nick introduced. I like that. What's up, guys?
I can't introduce right now. Okay.
Oh my god.
He's too excited. I kind of felt the energy, and I was like, I think he's gonna just jump right into it. I was like, well, Pete. I pulled a Pete on Pete.
We're gonna start very slowly. What's up, guys? Welcome to our post E3 Sony Live 2017.
Take it away,
trying to be
fanboy.
quiet because Jen's sleeping and I'll lose my shit. But let's start with the beginning. Like I said, very fast paced. The whole conference, which I don't mind. We'll get it this way. The conference was about an hour.
Yeah, like they started 9:06 about.
Yeah,
and we're at 10:10 right now.
Absolutely
Eastern
fantastic.
time.
So it shows that really Microsoft was the only one that really put the time in. But it shows, and I know you guys might argue, but pound for pound, boom, 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 and
A little arguing.
We are. I know you're gonna argue. We'll see. So it begins with this little drumming circle, flutes playing, and we're trying to figure out what could this be.
Yeah, and I was
It
like,
wasn't an orchestra.
I was like Assassin's Creed, and
Again?
you were like no, and I was like it could be possible because there have been times where developers come to three different stages with the same game. So we've seen it before, but I was still on the same fence, like Assassin's Creed maybe because it's like Egyptian-ish music, but then
Then we
then we got the big review.
And it was, of course, Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. Looks great.
It looks good.
Looks like Uncharted.
Looks Uncharted.
It's Uncharted.
Yeah.
This game, I believe, comes out on August 25th.
Was that the date?
Oh, I didn't see it 25. I just saw August.
Yeah.
I believe it's the 25th. I can double check, or if Nick,
Cool.
if
Yeah, I'll
you,
double check
if you
while you.
But gameplay trailer. We don't need a demo. We saw pretty much a demo last year. That's the nice thing. A lot of things that you saw demos of last year, you got nice cinematic story trailers, and congratulations on one.
Yes, yo.
We'll get to that.
I called that pretty nicely.
He kicks all kinds of prediction ass.
But very cool. Uncharted, if you're very excited. I mean,
August 22nd.
Oh, I was close. I was in the 20s.
We're in the
But
ballpark.
that looks great, and
It's a nice birthday present. Hint, hint to anybody. My birthday's 2 days after that. Hint, hint.
Maybe
to
that's where
anybody.
you got the 24, 25 vibe from.
Of course, that's where I was going. So that basically was the first gameplay video we saw of the press conference. You know, then we have Guerrilla Games with the Frozen Wild.
The Frozen Wilds.
Coming out 2017. DLC for Horizon.
DLC. It looks good. You get to go with the nomadic tribe that knows how to calm down the beasts without using any technology.
Not surprising.
Not surprising that you were going to get that. You know, we were all kind of wondering what was going to happen with that. So that was going to happen. The one I do want to see is a DLC for the other clan that is in the world, but we never actually visit their homeworld. Remember the guy that kept on hitting on Aloy?
Yes.
That guy. His clan.
I could see that in the
I could see another DLC for something like that.
That would be cool. But very cool. Nice little cinematic. Looks great. It's more Horizon.
It's more Horizon.
I love me some Horizon.
Yeah. Are you gonna platinum this one?
You can't platinum DLC, but
you can't platinum DLC, really?
No, you can't. There will be like a gold or silver trophy.
Oh, okay.
Once you play the main game, the only thing that upsets me, Nick, is usually I like the 100% because once you get platinum, like in Tekken 7, which I just recently platinumed, I'm undefeated in online ranking matches.
One match. Ranking match.
Undefeated.
In ranking match.
Undefeated.
In ranking match.
Okay, yo. We were looking up the definition of undefeated because I guarantee you in the dictionary it says more than one time. You can't be undefeated with one time.
You can't have one win undefeated.
I could see this being a November game for DLC, which you have a little bit early. You got your Call of Duties and everything, or October.
Like fall 2017 is a little too close. I would say fall.
Yeah,
I mean, I would say October is probably better.
Yeah, I think October.
But too deep into the holiday season.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe early.
It's the same kind of mistake that they made. Well, not a mistake, but it's the same kind of situation that they're going to face with Breath of the Wild.
Then we get Sony Ben's game, Days Gone. Nice demo.
We get. I have a gripe.
I had a little bit connection issues in the beginning, so I didn't see everything. But
I had a bit of a gripe with it.
So what was the gripe?
He's driving on his motorcycle. He gets clotheslined by two guys. Beats the shit out of him. Cool, awesome, great. He sees his brother's bike or his friend's bike or whatever it is, and he goes into Batman detective mode. And I wasn't very happy with that. Like the screen turned like a bluish color. You didn't see this part. Yeah, the screen went kind of bluish. You hold triangle, and he's investigating the area. And then he's like, oh, okay, he probably went that way. And it's not a full-fledged detective mode where everything goes like X-ray and you get to identify, but it's enough of a detective mode. It's like, okay, why is this guy in Zombieland suddenly seeing in blue, and the whole world around him turns into this like digital matrix? Like, there's no reason for that. Like, they should have avoided that.
How much of a thing do you think it's gonna end up being in the game?
I think it'll be like little things here and there. Like,
you don't think it'll be an over?
It's such a open world. I understand that they have to have some way to direct you to your next objective. And if they're not going to put like objective markers, and you're not going to have a map, because it seemed like the HUD it was non-existent. It was a very clean look. So there was no heads-up display, and it was very, very, very like, okay, you're survival mode right now. So I feel like they need to put some kind of survivor mode inside of there. Or some type of like detective mode in there. I think they could have done a better job.
But couldn't they have just left like a piece of clothing, or kind of led you in a direction with
more
environment?
He could have just looked around and then like seen a piece of clothing and go, oh, okay. He's
or
that
it looks
way.
like there's a path of like mowed down grass kind of thing. Like, that's the way. Yeah,
I feel like they could have done it a different way
instead of being so obvious.
But
like, here's where you want to go.
Hey, look, immersion break. I do like that there are zombie animals. Takes you back to like Resident Evil days.
The bear was kick-ass.
And you saw the wolves as he was driving, and he fought off the wolves, and then there was a bear at the end that had like barbed wire and a post stuck to it.
God. I was like,
so it was cool. It's cool. Like, now we know that and you can use the zombies as weapons. Like you can kind of herd them the way that you want to.
Weapon/diversion.
Yeah. So it's pretty nice. It was a pretty nice little thing. You can hide from zombies. It seemed like he was going a full pace stealth walk, and he wasn't like attracting
him. And then he used them as enemy, as his little counterpart. Very cool. I do like the game. Yeah. I have gripes though.
What are your gripes, sir?
Where's my release date?
Yeah, there was no release date.
Sony Bend, I love you guys. Come on, you did Uncharted Golden Abyss. I love you with Uncharted Golden Abyss. You've been working on this game for what seems like Last Guardian Final Fantasy status. It would have been nice as a good fall game, and I think it would have been perfect for this year. But granted, it was also announced that PSX is December 9th and 10th this year. So obviously, I could see that maybe coming in next year, but is it really going to make it all the way to fall? That would be too big.
I think it's not a fall game. Again, like my huge theory is risky IPs or new IPs are all that early spring. You know, that's when.
So you see what they did this year with Horizon, Neo, and Nier.
I see that being
all of
Days
them
Gone. I see
being
Days
like
Gone
God
being-
of War,
Yeah.
Days Gone, all
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Yeah. You know, like and the risk with God of War is like now you're kind of taking God of War out of the Greek mythology and you're putting him into the Norse mythology, and I could see that that's why they do it. You know, plus you're competing with very big titles. You know, a truly undefeated is Call of Duty. You know, year after year they've won the holiday season over and over and over in multiple matches and bouts.
Did you see how that was a diss to you?
throughout the years.
Did you pick up on that? I knew what you were doing there, and I was just watching him, and he's like, yeah, and I'm like, bro.
I saw her pen go. Yeah, go, keep on going, Nick. Keep on going with that.
Bro, like, hello.
Sorry, I'm checking stuff. I agree. Whatever you said, Nick. No, so you had those 3 games, and then Sean Layton comes out for the first time. Says, you know, Nintendo, PlayStation kicking ass. We don't talk about Nintendo and PlayStation. Only in Microsoft do we talk about Nintendo. But no, very cool opening. I thought 3 of their very powerful games coming out: Days Gone, Horizon, and Uncharted. 3 of their
strong
big,
opening, very strong opening.
Where it's like game. Now we're gonna talk to you and be like, look, you saw DLC for Horizon. You saw a nice gameplay trailer for Uncharted. You know it's coming. And then you see Days Gone, a cool little, not the horde of zombies where you're mowing people down.
But more stealth.
More stealth, more
strategy.
This is how you can go about the world.
Yeah, like that was just to get you excited, right? That was the appetizer that was like, all right, I can't wait for the meal. And then now they gave you the entree, right?
Yep.
You can set traps. You can lure one enemy into a trap. Once he gets caught, he lures everybody else.
That
you
was
run.
awesome.
Yep.
Now you got to be careful because you might step into you slide down and oh shit, there's a bunch of zombies. Go into stealth mode, run away,
Yep, exactly.
peek through the, and then now you can use those zombies you saw as a what's the word I'm looking for? Diversion.
Yes.
To take on this camp of people that are making loud, obnoxious noise next to a pack of zombies. Gripe.
Come on, Nick. We move on next to Capcom's Monster Hunter Worlds.
This one was throwing us off, right? I was like, are they going third person with Turok? This one was throwing me off a little bit. I was like,
You were very high on the Turok.
yeah, I was like, this could be a Turok game, and you were like, it could be, but then you know it was like that stupid it's Monster Hunter.
What'd you think?
Looked good.
Yeah.
Looked really good.
Looked very good.
Looked really good.
Started a little like slow. Not slow, but started a little like.
Once the action picked up, it was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, like the different ways. It's like, hey,
this is Spider-Man. Like he's like fucking shooting out like grappling hooks and swinging around.
Yeah, but it's also using the environment. Very cool. Like I was like, you know, I could really get behind this. Never really played a Monster Hunter game, but this could sell me. And of course, early 2018. Keep giving us those big games in 2018. 2018 is going to be already flooded. It looks like.
Yeah.
And early 2018.
Early 2018 is going to be flooded.
So I truly stand by. You know, this is the fall is now for the established franchises, and then in the spring is all the new stuff or the stuff that, you know,
you're taking a chance on.
You're taking a chance. But absolutely fantastic. I thought I gave it a star.
So did I.
Gave it a star. Yes.
I gave it a star as well.
I thought it was very
full consensus on the star.
Well,
between the 3 of us, it got 3 stars.
Yep, exactly. We then move on to Japan Studios. You know, the guys who took 10 years to make The Last Guardian, and they're doing Shadow of the Colossus.
Don't know the full details on this. I'm gonna look up while you kind of talk about it.
Which is
you got the look up?
I got the look up on it.
So it's coming out 2018. It looks like it's a remake. They would have said Shadow of the Colossus HD, but it looks like a remake. Much more. Looks like technically sound, much better looking. You know, I remember every year I go back and play it. I pull out my PlayStation 3 and fucking play the PlayStation 2 classic of Shadow of the Colossus. So I'm very excited to get into that again.
I'm getting mixed reviews over here.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm getting a couple of I'm getting remake, remaster, HD remake.
Well, hence my gripe. May I mention my gripe?
So
absolutely,
I'm getting a lot of.
So here's my gripe.
Mixed things over here.
Fully agree with you that it was awesome, that it was a very concise boom, boom, boom press conference. But this game is why I'm like, it kind of flopped a little bit at this point. Like, at least have more information about what this game is. Is it a remake? Is it something new? It was packaged in between new stuff, which leads me to think, how could it be a remake without them pointing that out to you? So if you're going to have a concise press conference where you're not going to like talk a lot in between about what's going on, you got to stick more on the screen.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they should have clarified it by saying either whether it was a remake or a remaster.
I'm going to read an article for you guys.
Okay.
You ready for me?
I'm ready for you.
PlayStation version of Shadow of the Colossus has been revealed, will arrive in 2018. Announced during Sony's press conference, the game is the second re-release of the 2005 classic. It is unclear whether it is a remaster or a remake at the time of writing this.
Okay.
So a lot of people who
are on the fence. They have no idea.
An HD remaster of the game was re-released for PlayStation 3 back in 2011. This PlayStation version has been handled by the same studio, Bluepoint.
But you think it's remastered, right?
I think it's a remake.
The reason I say remake is because there's so much graphic detail in it. Usually a remaster is just upscaled.
Skins.
That's all it is. They just kind of reskin it. This has like full-on PS4 quality gameplay, game mechanics. It looks like it's a remake. It looks very much. Hopefully, the mechanics are not PS2 mechanics like Last Guardian was.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, this is a cleaner PlayStation 4 operating title, and I do want it to be a remake because I would like to see kind of a reimagining of Shadow of the Colossus
100%.
for the current age.
I would pick it up hands down.
I would pick it up just to play it because I haven't played Shadow of the Colossus.
Sony, I'm going to give you a word of advice. If you make it $40, I think that would be perfect.
Yeah, you think so?
I think it would be a perfect $40.
If it's a remake, I think it's fine to be a full-fledged game.
Yeah, 100%.
If it's a remaster, I agree with you. If it's a remake, I say you can do a full-fledged game.
But very cool.
How much has to like change for it to be like a remake though?
It's a big overhaul. Like with remasters,
like the story is still the same, but they change little things.
Slightly the same. You know, like
okay.
Like the progression through the story is going to be different.
Okay.
You know, like maybe some of the characters that you meet on the way are different. Some of the things,
Mm-hmm.
you know, so the way that you defeat some of the
like
bosses
you don't
might
feel
be
like you're
different.
playing the same game again.
Yeah, you feel like you're playing a different game.
Okay, that's what I want.
You know,
yeah,
like
I
Ratchet and Clank is a good idea of a remake, right? The Ratchet and Clank that just came out. It was upscaled, but at the same time they added new things. You had more expansive environments, you know. So that's a good kind of like that's the red line would be Ratchet and Clank.
100%. But I'm very excited for it. I love the Shadow of Colossus.
Your reaction during it was priceless. You were like,
I was
like,
Shadow! Don't mess with me, Sony! Don't you mess with me!
I thought for a second it was gonna be a sequel, and I was like, Japan studios really don't do that. And I was like, and there was a remaster. Like, what are you doing? But once I saw it, I was like, these are familiar. These are familiar Colossus. It's definitely something. So we will let you know as soon as we know. Moving on, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. September 19, 20. I don't know why I say it like that. September 19th, 2017. New characters.
Story demo available today.
Yeah. Are you going to be playing the story demo?
I might. I don't know.
You seem very interested.
It was cool. You know, you see Rocket getting to play with Ebony and Ivory from Dante from Devil May Cry. So it was kind of cool to see all those characters kind of co-mingle, and there's a story mode
with Thanos.
Yeah, and there's a story mode that's involved, and that's why they're all together. So it kind of makes sense, you know. And for some reason, the Infinity Stones take precedence over anything Capcom has to offer. I get it. Marvel's the only one that has a continuous story, and that can affect every universe. But you know, of course, Marvel's gonna get the big what's it called, the silver screen treatment.
Of course, but it looks very good. I'm very excited to try the story. I want to see if it's something where I could see it being, you cutscene like, hey Dante, I'm gonna play with Ebony and Ivory, Rocket, and then you're playing Rocket and
he has Dacom.
Dante, in a 2-versus-2 match, and that's how in and out similar to like Street Fighter or Mortal
Like
Kombat
the
Injustice.
the couple, like the what's the word I'm looking for? Like the duo combos would be like them exchanging guns and shit like that.
Yeah.
I could see that very much.
But then like having the cutscene and then going into the fight, like similar to Injustice and
Mhm.
all that. But I would be down. I'm going to play the story trailer. I'm letting you guys, or the story mode. I'll let you guys know as soon as I play it. Moving on. Call of Duty World War II, not opening show.
Not opening show.
First time for Sony doing that since getting the Call of Duty right. Well, not right, but
Yeah.
acquiring Call of Duty is the main thing for their press conference. Single player trailer. Sorry for you, sir.
Yeah.
But I told you it was probably going to be single player.
Yeah.
And November 3rd. What are our thoughts on this, ladies and gentlemen?
Looked good, but again, like I feel very much like, okay, Call of Duty, been there, done that. Battlefield at least went somewhere that they hadn't been before. But
I mean, it does look beautiful, though.
It does look good.
Sledgehammer
Yeah,
did a very nice job.
They did a very nice job.
I hope that I don't think it will be my favorite campaign. Granted, I'm still going to play Call of Duty's campaign because I play it every year because I'm that weird. I don't touch the multiplayer usually. But I feel like I feel like it won't be the best campaign from first looking at, but I have high hopes. But anything to add on Call of Duty? You're not.
No,
I know,
just
yeah.
it was all right.
It was all right.
Then after that, we got a VR showcase of everything coming to VR.
I knew once the first two went, I was like, this is not gonna be 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah. It was
8 minutes in total, by the way.
Skyrim VR, Star Child, which looks like a new IP,
like a Metroid type.
We
thing.
thought it was Metroid. You were like, Nick's not gonna like this. Nick is not gonna like. Why were you saying that?
Did say that
I
a
saw
lot.
the.
You saw the little Metroid looking thing.
Yeah,
looking?
walking, and you were gonna be like, how does that deal with VR? But then it looks like you're maybe the giant machine.
Yeah.
It's very unclear
But
for.
you
a
saw
little
the
bit.
same thing with what was that other one?
Moss?
You saw the same thing with Moss, where they're doing you're interacting with the world as the character's going through it.
But
So,
I didn't know if that was gonna be something you would like.
I don't know. I mean, it seems interesting. It's a nice way to kind of play VR without, it's. Here's the cool thing about it, right? We've always wanted these God games again, like Black and White.
Mm-hmm.
We've always wanted these God games again, or a Sim City or something along those lines.
100%.
And VR really allows for that to be the situation where you're this overpowerful being that's looking on this situation and guiding the character through it. So now you get that, but it's not as kind of strategic or overwhelming as like Black and White was or Sim City is. Now you're just focused on one character, not a whole civilization of characters. So that's nice.
We're gonna talk. I just want to mention because I know she's very excited, and I can see it in her face.
He knows me so well.
Talk to me about the next game, Christine.
The next game is called The Inpatient. And all I needed to see was like sanatorium. And I was like, yes! Dealing with asylums and all that kind of good stuff. And
Very
you're obviously a
big prison.
patient put in some kind of mental sort of
Feels very much like a Shutter Island kind of narrative. So I was kind of intrigued by it.
But it's VR, so it's gonna feel like we might have to get the VR.
So yeah, I knew that would sell her.
But yes.
No price drop on the VR.
No,
Yeah.
not surprised.
As-
I said
as
to you
expected.
during the pre-show.
Really no hardware related sort of
No new
situation.
handheld.
Yeah, no new.
Yeah.
He knew that was a long shot.
Yeah.
So was Rockstar coming, but
No, but very excited about that.
yeah, it looks very cool. But no, I apologize, Nick. She just looked like she really wanted to talk about it. So
No, props to E3 this year because between A Way Out and The Impatient, it's like they knew I was watching.
So
Then we got
Kingdom Hearts Monsters of the Deep. Nick, I'm all about this game. I gave it 5 stars.
No,
Final Fantasy Monsters of the Deep.
Final Fantasy 15.
You said Kingdom Hearts. You literally just said
I'm
Kingdom
not,
Hearts.
you know what? It gets no stars. Gets no stars then.
You did not 5-star.
No,
that
of course
shit.
not.
No, Final Fantasy VR Monsters of the Deep, right? This is from the perspective of Noctis. As we all know, he likes to wrangle fish.
I never fished in that game.
He's a wrangler? No, angler. Angler is the
Angler.
word, right? So he's
Very
an
good.
angler.
Interesting, but yeah.
But it's like it's a fishing simulator in VR. So
Yeah.
and they
And,
made it
like,
exciting.
monster fish. And
Yeah, and they
you're
made
like,
it
okay,
exciting
cool.
by like adding like a monster fish. There,
Yeah,
so
but it's still like
it
you're
is what it
fishing.
is.
You're still
I
fishing.
thought that they were gonna come to market with like a full-fledged like kind of VR experience, but it's a fishing game. So I'm not that impressed with this.
What you should be impressed with is Supermassive. The people behind Until Dawn. Really on the VR bandwagon?
Yeah, really. But
they did Until Dawn: Rush of Blood, and now they did this game called Bravo Team.
Bravo Team,
which looks good.
You know me and my shooters. And Moss, they were also behind that as well.
So 2 very cool games, and then we have Polio. I didn't catch the name in time.
What?
Polyvic VR. It was right before Moss and right after Bravo Team.
I did not catch.
No, I know what you're talking about. No, that was the developer that was working on Moss.
Yeah, I don't think there was another. Yeah.
I thought I saw it, and I was like, wait, is that?
That was
no, there was nothing in between.
That was Supermassive and Poly whatever is working. Is helping with Moss. Yeah, whatever. I don't know.
What'd you think of Moss?
Moss looks interesting. It's like a little the Three Musketeers kind of thing. It's kind of cool.
I was almost going to write down why is this in VR, but I'm trying to be like open-minded. But I was kind of like, why are we doing VR for this? It should just be like a cute little game, well, until the end. It was a cute game until he's like going up against this like serpent thing, and I was like, oh, shit just got real.
I'm wondering what that hand does.
I know. Yes.
I'm wondering what his little hand does.
I'm looking at it. I'm like, do you have like a bionic mouse hand?
You have like a bionic mouse hand. That's kind of cool.
Yes, so. Definitely 2 stars for Moss. Definitely piqued my interest. 2 stars.
Okay, moving on.
Then you lost your shit.
Well, I just want to check one thing before we get into the next thing. Keep talking about Moss. I mean, it's great, isn't it? No, we're gonna start talking. God of War, and kudos to you, sir, for the story arc trailer. That was a long shot, I know, but it made sense.
He's getting like 2 points for that shit, right?
Yeah, I'll give you 2 points just for that. 100%, you deserve it. No, they had to do it.
Yeah, they had to give us a backstory to it. Like they had to tell us why Kratos was over there in Norse mythology and what was going on with that environment. Like, why is he there? They had to tell us why. It's the only way to pique our interest and make sure that we're still like biting at the bit. You know what I'm saying?
Still on the train.
Yep.
Now, what I feel like is about a month ago, rumor was God of War got delayed.
Oh, really?
So I feel like this was supposed to be their big fall game.
Ah.
So when they said early 2018, it just justified that this was supposed to be their big fall game because it can go against all the heavy hitters because it's God of War. Everybody knows what God of War and Kratos represents for PlayStation. So I think that I expect this to absolutely be Horizon, like a February 20th.
Yeah, I can see that.
100%.
I don't feel the same way that you do. I think that when the idea was pitched that they were going to go to fall, there was probably a lot of debate within the studio as to whether or not to put this up against heavy hitters that are constantly. There's no hack and slasher that's been able to survive the holiday season, and that's what God of War is. So I think there was a debate and they just postponed it. I don't think there's a development issue. I think that they just pushed it back on purpose because they don't want to go up against Call of Duty.
Screw you, Nick.
That's how I feel. You're right there?
Yes, I'm checking some things. I apologize. There's what I'm looking for. So, very cool. What do you think of God of War? Excited?
Yes, very excited.
I mean, like I said, it's more story. I'm very interested in the story now. It's not just him going, Calliope! No, he's got a little bit more human side to him where he's like, look, like, that's what's going on.
Yeah.
Like,
He was like, and he's explaining what it is to be a warrior. This is the cool part about this little trailer that we got was that Kratos is now. It's not that he's soulless as a being. He's just like, you can't think about what your enemy's feeling. You can't think about what's going through them. You just have to kill.
Because all it takes is a second guess of yourself.
He was like,
should I still be able to drink this? It should still be fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was something along the lines of put the thoughts of your heart to the side or something like that. You know, he was like, you need to put your heart in the back seat and just go at it.
Destroy.
You know, so it's really showing his human side in the sense that he's acknowledging, no, we all have a heart, but when you're in war, you can't. You
and it keeps that Kratos grittiness.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fuck shit up.
But it's interesting because you can see that is that the son.
That's
right?
his son.
That's his son. That he's still like not on that. You know what I mean? Still like, oh, but mom says you could trust people, and not everybody's bad. It's gonna be interesting to see if something happens to the son.
Well, I feel very much like it's gonna be character development for Kratos, which is something that we don't get in any of the other games. So I feel it's gonna be this moment of like because when he was saying that, there was somebody handing something to Kratos, and he didn't look human. He looked like he could have potentially been an enemy. You get what I'm saying? So that scene in conjunction with that kind of byline tells me that Kratos is gonna undergo some kind of character development in this game,
and give him human qualities.
And give him, and he's gonna go from the god of war to the Spartan of war, and it's, I could see it very much coming down a notch where it's not just always Kratos just beating the shit out of people, and towards the end where it becomes like this multiple choice question. 1, 2, or 3. Do you kill the god? Do you spare the god? Or do you banish the god? Something along those lines.
I could see him maybe dying at the end too. Like just
you see Kratos dying and
like
passing the mantle onto the son,
and then just having like the son like 15 years later, him like standing at the grave, but him like not looking like Kratos, but having that
very
big
similar,
jar, very similar like mantra, and like with a family and having something be like he takes on the mantle. I could be wrong. Sony may not want to kill.
Kratos has died before, so
yeah.
So there is that.
That's true. Then we have
God down.
Then we have Detroit Become Human.
Detroit Become Human, more in depth onto what it is you're doing.
Yep.
Very interested.
Yes.
It's not the same. It's not the same kind of gameplay that we've gotten from what was their other one? The other game, the
Beyond Two Souls.
No.
Heavy Rain.
Heavy Rain. It's not.
Fun fact: shout out to one of my coworkers who was like, "Heavy Rain is one of my favorite games of all time," and we had a 30-minute conversation about it. And I was like, "I never picked you for that." I said, "I picked you for a Battlefield," but shout out to you.
Never. It's not as streamlined as Heavy Rain, where it's like everything from eating is orchestrated already. It was very much a game that like you had these options. Number one, number two, the options were action oriented.
Yep.
But I'm waiting to see how they pull it off. Like, is it going to be I select that route and then the character just automatically does all the shit? Or am I select that route and now that's my new objective and I have to actively do that shit? You get what I'm saying?
100%.
So I'm hoping it's more along the lines of the latter and not the former.
100%. Looks cool, though. I like the idea of the robots, the androids, like, and you having to decide, like, what do you take this and, like, set something up? Are you changing? And then it's like the different story. It's like, do you hide? Do you run? Do you like? Are you there like just making out and being like, like all these different choices? And they're saying the choices define you. Like it's and Nick might agree with me or disagree on this. It's Telltale, but I think to the next level. I could feel like this could be where.
I mean, Telltale was a ripoff of Heavy Rain, so.
So I see this going. It's like, hey, Telltale, we see what you do, but we're gonna expand it and show you this big universe where a decision you make could really just turn everything around.
What interests me is Marcus doesn't have the little dot on his forehead. That's intriguing. I want to know the story behind that.
But he said he used to be like that.
Yeah, but whenever he converted anybody else, the dot just went from blue to yellow.
Right,
so why doesn't he have the dot?
Why doesn't
But very cool trailer. No release date.
But no release
no release date.
PSX
release date.
You have to give me a release date, Sony. There's no choice.
When did you say PSX is?
On December 9th and 10th. That and Sucker Punch is going to be at PSX now. That's a guarantee. When we do our prediction,
your prediction was
Sucker Punch has to be there without a doubt. But I understand where they were coming from. You know, they showed big games like the next game, Destiny 2, which I told you was going to be there without a doubt.
Well, we kind of knew it was going to be there. We already know that it's in development. We already know that they've planned out the whole story. Coming out sooner than I expected.
Yeah, September 6th. That was already known.
Was that?
Yeah, it was already.
Yeah, sooner than I expected. I didn't, because the announcement was so recent that I'm like feeling like they should have been working on it a little longer. But yeah, definitely coming out.
Are you excited for this game now?
It's more exciting, yeah. After seeing like the gameplay last month and seeing the storyline now, yeah. Absolutely, especially that byline that the commander said, or that the general said. You know, he was he said it's not that you're heroic, it's that you've lost touch with the fear of death. Allow me to reacquaint you.
Yeah,
I thought that was badass.
That was freaking awesome.
I thought that was like badass. I was like, that's fucking awesome because, as we know, whenever you die in Destiny, you just respawn. So it's playing on that, which kind of makes me feel like you're not gonna have that respawn.
Yeah.
You're not gonna have that respawn anymore in the campaign, once you beat the campaign and you go into multiplayer, that's where you'll have the respawn. But I feel very much like you're not going to have the respawn
You're not
anymore.
gonna have the safety net no more.
Yeah, it's going to be a revive. Like a friend has to revive you. It's not going to be
That would be cool.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
would be 100% for that. So exclusive strikes, gears, ships, weapons, PvP maps. Sony always gets a year of this. So
yeah, but it didn't say timed exclusive. It said exclusive.
Yeah,
so
but
I'm
I'm
thinking
just
that this
saying-
stuff is going to be exclusive to PlayStation,
Yeah.
and then you'll get your timed exclusives later on.
Yeah, but that's like with DLC, it's always time. But Sony's saying like, here, Destiny 2 looks great. You remember, it's here.
Mm-hmm.
Next time to fight.
Is it time to fight?
It is time to fight.
Okay.
They close out with my favorite, hands down, developer. Everybody knows,
Mhm.
Insomniac.
Yeah.
They could do no wrong. Ted Price, I love you, bro. Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
The show.
How
Gameplay. No. What is your thoughts?
I want to hear what your thoughts are, sir.
I am the host of this.
I
would
want to hear.
I would like to go
I want to hear
last.
what you think my gripes are.
Ooh.
In 2018 announced. Your gripes,
Yes.
are the QuickTime events, 100%.
Okay. No. God of War is a huge QuickTime game, so try again.
Yeah, but you didn't see that in that.
But God of War is like redefined QuickTime for consoles. So
you didn't have any problems with all the QuickTimes that was in Spider-Man.
no, it makes sense. You're running through, and I don't know if that's fully QuickTime. Like you might be actually maneuvering while you're doing that. Like you have to run up that pipe. It's not just the character. You get what I'm saying? Like that's active QuickTime. Passive QuickTime is my problem, and God of War does it, but they do
Okay.
it very well.
All right, so let's jump into this. Who would like to go
My
first?
issues, my gripes with it is the combat.
Okay.
Everything seems like press the same button over and over again. It's a combo system that's very much like heavy light. So instead it's physical web. That's what it feels like.
Okay.
It seems like it's gonna get very repetitive, very quick, where you're jumping over somebody and blinding them, and then they're sitting there like this, and I feel like that's gonna get repetitive very quick, and that's gonna be abused, and suddenly it's gonna become a dead game if that is what it's gonna be. You know, when Batman maneuvers in the Arkham games, he just pushes the guy to the side, but now it's gonna be Peter Parker doing the same thing, Spider-Man doing the same thing, but he's blinding them whenever he does his little like avoid maneuver. And it's the same thing, right? It's like the spider sense is tingling, and it feels very much like an Arkham game, but with Spider-Man. And that was the promise, was we're going to turn Spider-Man and we're going to give it the same treatment as Arkham. Too much of the same treatment. When I heard the same treatment, I thought you meant you're going to spill your passion into it the way that they spilled their passion into Arkham. Turning it into an Arkham game is not what I expected. And that's what it feels like. It feels like an Arkham game.
So I'm gonna let you finish on Spider-Man, and then we'll move to you next.
Oh, I'm done.
No, I wanted to talk to you about after they showed the gameplay demo, and then they had their little sizzle reel of this is everything coming out. You have a scene in Spider-Man.
Yeah, you have an ending scene.
Explain it to the people if they don't know.
If you didn't know, I'm Nicholas Jesus. I come to you from Improv. No. Miles is a character who takes over for Peter Parker after Peter Parker passes away, I believe.
Okay.
Before he gets cloned, and then comes back to life after the clone. It's really weird. But Miles takes over. When you look at Spider-Man: Homecoming, we all heard that Donald Glover was going to be a part of that, and the suspicion was that he was going to play Miles.
Yes.
In the movie. It's seeming more and more like he's not going to play Miles in the movie, but we are getting Miles in the game. And it might just be like a sneak peek. It might tell us what's going to happen. The ending might give us, some clues. It seems like, again, they are doing the Arkham treatment, but they're doing a major it's going to be an Arkham clone, but with Spider-Man.
Do you think that Miles is going to be the main character?
Not in this one, no.
No?
No.
You don't think they did it where the web is going off and then he's just like, oh, check that out. And he's like, oh, cool. Something that really turned people's heads. Like, no, it's not about Peter Parker. It's about Miles.
No, Peter Parker has to die first.
Okay. I'm just asking.
Yeah.
Don't attack me, Nick.
It's not like Flash and Kid Flash and the Flash family. Like, they don't all exist in the same time. There's people that take over for Peter Parker afterwards. If they try to make like a Spider Family, it's not honoring the.
No, but I'm saying they don't even include Peter Parker. They just start with Miles as Spider-Man. This Spider-Man game is Miles.
No.
Okay, I'm just asking.
No, you have to start from somewhere, and it has to be Peter Parker. You can't do Spider-Man without Peter Parker. The only way that you can do Spider-Man is if Peter Parker was there and you killed him, and then you got somebody else.
Okay, fair enough. Any last thoughts on Spider-Man?
We'll see what happens. I'm not as excited as I feel I should be because I'm a huge Spider-Man fan.
We're moving on to Christine. Thoughts on Spider-Man?
Absolutely do not feel it should have closed the show.
Okay. Why is
Definitely 1,000% underwhelmed. Was not sold by this. Did not feel like... Actually, something Nick said, even though it not directly like what I'm going to take it as, is certain games you just like feel like the passion put into it. I feel like no passion in this game. I like kind of like tuned out halfway through, you know. I just very, very underwhelmed by this game. And this is what they close with. And not only that, but like you said, Sean Lane came out and like, oh, one more thing. And I'm like all jacked up for this one more thing. And this is what the one more thing is? Like, no.
I mean, to be fair, to your point, it is a highly anticipated game. So I think that's why they thought that they could get away with it.
But like you said, they've failed at this multiple times.
Yeah.
Are you sure this is what you want to do?
What they didn't do was what I told you that they were going to try to do, which was try to awe-inspire me. And I could argue against the point that I just made with the Miles Davis thing. You know, there's a reason why you should be interested. We're really going in on the continuity and the story behind it. But at the same time, it's like, well, no, it's fucking Arkham. You just cloned Arkham with Spider-Man. You know, it's the same fucking character, right? He uses gadgets. The only difference is this one actually has powers. He has super strength and a spidey sense. And Batman is just a samurai who can sense when somebody's going to fight him. That's all it is. Like, that's the same thing as spidey sense, I guess. But it's Arkham. It's an Arkham clone.
Any last thoughts on Spider-Man?
What's your thoughts, sir? I know you've been waiting for your time to talk.
As I live and breathe. I think that was absolutely unbelievable. I know I'm going to get hate from all you guys. I know, but the people out there agree with me. I think it is fantastic. Insomniac did something that I knew they would do. They made a world that looked great, and I understand where you're coming from with the combat. I get you, Nick. I'm with you.
The combat doesn't irritate me. It's an Arkham clone. Of course you love it.
But I think more on that, you missed a little not them little things, but you had this one scene where you go to fight 3 guys, you blind the one, and then you
environment.
You could use the environment. You know?
Like Arkham?
Arkham,
Yeah, you're right. You never shoved anybody's head into an electric panel. You're right.
I never did.
You're right.
I'm Batman. I don't kill people.
There was nowhere to hide up above anything.
But no, like it was a gorgeous looking game.
If they have a fucking detective mode because Peter Parker's really into fucking investigating shit, if they have one, bro, I'm fucking Arkham clone. 110%. It's it. You just recreated Arkham with Spider-Man as the main character.
Which isn't a bad thing.
No, it is a bad thing. Original. I want an original game.
I will fight till I'm blue in the face with this. The swinging mechanic, I thought it was absolutely fantastic. It's unbelievable how great it looks.
Well, he was watching on a 4K screen.
So, maybe it was the lack of 4K, but
yeah, he was watching on a 4K screen. So until I see it on a 4K screen, I can't confirm or deny.
Fair enough.
Understandable. But I mean, the web swinging looks great. I mean, it looks. Especially when you run against the wall and there's that problem where the jarriness of turning, but it looks like you press a button and he just switches, you know.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah, of course you're not.
The one part I am a fan of was when the helicopter's going towards the buildings and it tells you to hit both buttons in order to get, and then, so I was like, okay, maybe there is separate web swinging, but maybe there's not. Maybe that's just a quick time event for that scene.
I think it's. I don't think you're gonna like it for the fucking quick times, but I could be wrong. But no,
I don't think I'm gonna like it
because it's an Arkham clone.
Because it's an Arkham clone, like it's Spider-Man Arkham City.
Spider-Man Arkham City.
I'm so mad at you right now. But no, I think it's awesome because they did something with Spider-Man where, things are always happening. It's like I'm playing a movie there. Because look, you have the crane falling. He's running up, hit triangle in time. Okay, that gets wrapped. That gets wrapped. Okay, moving on, swinging. Then you have, the helicopter's falling. You have to press L2, R2, to make sure it stays like, it seems like there's always something happening where you're like, you gotta just boom, boom, boom. Granted, it might just be like an extended, like, quote unquote cutscene where you're active, you know what I mean? But still, besides that, and yes, the combat, hit in the face, physical. But a lot of games you can't say are not like that.
No, yeah,
Now,
even God of War is going to be like that.
It's
going to be heavy
Shadow
light.
of War, same thing. It's an Arkham
It's going to be
clone.
heavy light.
It's an Arkham clone.
That's what they
Shadow
all
of
are.
War. But my thought is, and I know you're going to be pissy, but Arkham's physics was amazing. That's why so many people borrowed off of it. I just think it's cool because you have all these different ways, similar to throw them in the grate, but it adds, more to Spider-Man. The last great Spider-Man game, arguably, was called Spider-Man 2, back on the PlayStation 2, where it had the web slinging and everything. But this just looks like, hey, I can hit a guy, but nope, grab him, put him back in,
Mm-hmm.
And then it's the little touches where,
Now, my fear with what you just said, because this was one thing that crossed my mind when I saw that scene, where he hits the guy off of the skyscraper, and then he...
Yeah.
I think that's automated. I'm willing to bet that is an automated process.
That he won't fall?
That no matter what you do, if you throw somebody off of a ledge,
that he'll catch him?
Spider-Man will always catch him, and you don't have to even touch the controller. I think that's automated.
Okay.
If that's automated, that's a problem.
Yeah, I will agree with you on that.
You get what I'm saying?
I will agree with you
because I
on
can
that.
see very much them going. It's Spider-Man. He can't be just throwing people off of skyscrapers.
That's not what we're about.
If he could, he'd be doing it all the time. But he doesn't just throw random people off of skyscrapers. He's always catching them. He's always catching them in his web. He's not. But he's not killing people. So throwing him off of his fucking skyscraper, it's clearly not Spider-Man. So allowing that to happen would be counterintuitive to the character of Spider-Man. And in order to give him the proper treatment as a character, which I will tell you, they are giving him proper treatment, right? He's doing this, doing that, doing this, doing that. That's very much Spider-Man. That is Spider-Man.
Yep. And it's got the comedy aspect of it.
Well, yeah.
In a way.
I mean,
you have
it's just dialogue. That's all you need is dialogue for comedy.
But it's like he lands on the crane and starts to move. He goes, oh yeah, I like, and then when he goes through the helicopter and looks, he's just like, hey, what's going on, About to take you out, and like goes through like just a little touches. Like you're saying, they don't care with the Spider. I think they do. Insomniac does care.
Yeah,
they wouldn't.
The character can be treated well, and the game can still be a clone, Pete.
Yeah, but is a clone such a bad thing?
Yes.
He said it was. You asked him that like not even 5 minutes ago.
I don't see what you're seeing.
Here's what God of War
I don't
did
see what
differently.
you're seeing.
All right, here's what God of War did differently. It wasn't just heavy light. It was timed presses as well.
Yeah.
Depending on when you hit the button, you also got different combos. And depending on when you hit the heavy in comparison to the light, you got a completely different combo. That's very important in these games. And it seems like a lot of people have lost sight of that importance, of how drastically you can change it by just delaying a millisecond before you hit the button. Bayonetta does it well. Devil May Cry does it well. God of War did it well. And Arkham does not do it well. Arkham is music-based. This, I will tell you, not music-based. Everything was kind of offbeat and whenever the fuck he wanted to do it. But it still had that clunkiness of a lot of Spider-Man games when fighting. Was, I'm just going to flip over this guy and hit him with the blind spot. I'm just going to flip over this. There was a scene, literally during the demo, where he flipped over the guy, hit him with the blind spot, and I don't know what to do next. It stalled. The combat stalled, and it was just like, okay, what do I'm just I'm gonna kick him up into the air and paste him up to the ground, to the ceiling.
I do like the pasting mechanic. I don't know if you do. Never mind. I'm done arguing.
It's
with
Spider-Man.
you on this.
Of course you're gonna get that. What?
Yeah, but not in a lot of games you see it. It's cool where it's like
every Spider-Man has up against the wall.
Yeah, but.
Every Spider-Man, I'm just gonna glue you to the wall. It's Spider-Man, dude.
I'm not gonna fight you.
He's basically Elmer's.
What did you think? Last thing on Spider-Man, because God forbid you're gonna probably argue about this fact. What did you think about like this mini boss type thing?
What with that? Yeah, that's cool. I mean,
where he had to
I
use
feel
like the
that's-
environment.
Yeah,
and
I
stuff
feel like
like
that's
that.
gonna be like the first one is gonna be like that, and then the next one it'll be like the guys mixed in with the crowd. It's just gonna be a regular mini boss like everything else, right?
Yeah.
Whenever you fight the regular baddies, right? Then you come across the heavy baddie, and it's like, oh, now I gotta fight them and figure out how to beat them,
And then when you do,
later
it's-
on it's just a regular heavy.
But
It's
it looks
not-
cool. I'll digress. I know you're done with Spider-Man. So,
again, the reason is I'm a huge like you're a fan of Batman, but more a fan of Riddler. But that's why you're a fan of Batman. I'm a huge fan of Spider-Man. I like Spider-Man, and specifically Spider-Man. So when people mistreat my Spider-Man, I get very defensive about it.
He had a lot of
especially,
hopes and dreams
especially
that were not met.
and they weren't met. You know, especially if you're cloning a DC comic, a DC franchise. You're cloning the enemy. Like, okay, good job. Wow, fucking really.
did Spider-Man wow you?
No.
Yeah. Wow. Why would you clone Batman?
I'm not giving that to you, sir. Okay, so we're gonna talk about some stuff.
I still can't believe how much you're raving about it. I'm like, did the 4K really make that big a difference?
Yeah, point here. No Rocksteady game. Days Gone. Focus on the story. October 17th. I'm not gonna give my half a point.
What for? What?
Days Gone. Focus on the story.
I can see half point for that.
Are you focusing on the story?
Okay, fine.
It's just one mission. Like, are you really focusing on the story?
It's more like, hey, you know, you have.
There's
this
no focus on the story.
He
It's a
has-
mission.
He has a friend or a brother that we're concerned about.
Do we know if it's a friend or a brother?
So 1 point here. I gave you 2 points for God of War, the story arc.
I think I deserved it.
He does.
I feel like I deserve more points because that was such a long shot, but I'll take the 2 points, sir.
I only have 1 point this round.
I think the most you guys have probably given on one prediction has got to be 2. Have you given more than 2 points in prediction?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think so. No.
So let's talk about a couple things while I add this up. No Last of Us Part 2.
No Last of Us
Yeah.
Part 2.
Surprise.
Surprise. That was very surprising.
No,
There was
it
no.
wasn't.
No Tomb Raider. What the fuck?
How isn't that not surprising?
Because Druckmann said last year or at PSX, or he was like, this is a very far off game. Like,
yeah, but
peace out, guys.
Even still, we could have gotten something. Some story elements.
Yeah,
some,
but then it's something like, okay, you're teasing us. Go away, make the game. That's the smart thing with, oh, what a surprise. Kojima was not at PlayStation
Yeah,
E3.
yeah.
You know, but it's something where, okay, you saw Norman Reedus holding a baby. Okay, then now you see this cool little trailer with, you know, in the sewers with a baby in a test tube. Cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you want to keep seeing more?
No, you're
or
right.
Make
Because
the game?
then it'll piss you off. Like, where
Well,
the
I
fuck's
want
the game?
what the problem is, right? I want explanation on what Hideo Kojima's philosophy is, right?
Yeah.
He said my philosophy is that there's been two methods to the civilization of humankind, right? There's the stick, and to keep things away, and there's the rope to keep things with you. And in this game, in gaming, we've always focused on the stick to keep things away. We fight, we battle, but I want to focus on the rope. I want the stick and the rope to come together to civilize basically video games. So I wanted an explanation of that philosophy. What does that philosophy mean to him, and what does it mean to us as gamers? And we never really got
yeah,
that.
that's very interesting. Wow. When did he say that?
He said that I think it was at the last E3. I believe that was the last E3 when he said that.
Would you like to know the score, sir?
Sure.
I have 15 points.
Mm-hmm.
You have 11 and a half.
Nice.
Good luck in Nintendo, sir.
Yeah. We'll see.
Oh, fuck you. You did take Mario. I was like, did I make the Mario to the Switch prediction? I was like, I feel like I did, but I don't remember. And you fucking did it.
But Nintendo did get mentioned twice so far, at least that I know of, during E3 twice.
Yeah.
So, no Gran Turismo Sport. Very surprising on that. Very surprised.
I wasn't surprised. Every time you were saying it, I was like, there's no way. I was like,
That's what I felt like with fucking Death Stranding.
I was like, there's no way.
Surprise, no Days Gone release date. Not a surprise. No Last of Us. I mean, I didn't see it coming. Especially with, like, I had a feeling at first where I'm like, fuck, they could end it because Uncharted started, and I was like, they did that last year, if you remember.
Yes, you're
where
right.
they started with Uncharted. I'm like, if they fucking do this again, where they end it, you know. But very happy they ended with Spider-Man. Team Spider-Man.
Not happy. Team no.
Whatever.
Team
I mean,
no.
I'm happy
I'm
that they
so
ended with
excited for
Spider-Man,
that.
but at the same time, like I was like, oh, Spider-Man, awesome. And then like as the time went on, I was just like, oh, fucking.
I didn't want the
Spider-Man
demo to end.
Arkham Knight. That's what
I didn't want that trailer to end. My God.
Spider-Man Arkham
2018 is way too long.
Do you
for that
remember
game.
how I felt about Web of Shadows? I'm
Yes.
just saying. It's that same feelings again.
Well,
Spider-Man
you're,
Arkham
you're
Knight.
insane. No Avengers game. Sorry, sir.
No Avengers, yeah.
But
I mean, there was an A in the Capcom Infinity, but
I'm very excited.
I
for
got
that
excited
story.
because I saw Doctor Strange and I thought it was like a Doctor Strange game. I was like, fuck yeah! And I was like, oh no, it's not.
But a lot of surprises. I really hope Detroit gets a release date at PSX because if you don't, that game's now. I would put
Yeah,
in
because
as
you
being
said
a problem.
yeah.
It's now the third time we've seen this game. Granted, the first year was a teaser. Last year was a gameplay.
more in depth.
Yeah.
Well, it
But-
wasn't really gameplay.
Yeah, you had the choice with the.
They were just
No, that
showing
was
different
more of a
scenarios.
yeah, that was more of a trailer. Yeah,
different
yeah.
different
Fine,
cinematic
fine, Nick,
scenes.
fine, Nick. Fuck you.
I mean, are you? Do you not remember? Or is that what it is? Are you like
I've-
with your sleep deprivation? You've just gone goldfish on me.
But I expect that release date come PSX. Because look at what God of War did. They gave a gameplay demo and then they gave the story arc. 2 points for you. Good. I still once he goes like. He's like, I'm training you to be. I was like, fuck.
This
fuck
son
you,
of a
Nick.
bitch got it.
But like,
Pete,
you
I
see
gotta
that-
get props, man. Like,
I'm surprised. Honestly, I'm surprised you didn't make that kind of prediction. You're like the fucking God of War guy.
Well,
what the fuck happened?
You
because
you
he's not
started,
as much of a God of War guy as I am.
No, it's not that you had the first pick for PlayStation, or did I?
Dude, that's number 2.
Yeah, but did I have the first pick or did you?
It doesn't matter.
It's number
because
2, bro.
Yeah,
you
but I'm
had a
saying-
chance. It's number 2. You had a chance.
Yeah, but no, I'm saying if you went first and you said about Kojima.
Yeah.
If I then said Sucker Punch because I was very high on
But you
Sucker
had a
Punch.
chance for God of War.
Yeah, I know.
You
but I
had
wasn't
I'm
going to
just
use that
saying.
my number one prediction. I
You
was
should
gonna use
have
Sucker
because
Punch.
it was a
Why?
sure
It
thing.
doesn't have to be ranked order.
And I don't think you would have said.
No, we did it in order. So
no,
if you went first,
I went
you would
first.
say-
You would go second.
No, but
then
I'm
you'd go
saying your
back.
predictions don't have to be in ranked order. Why are you saying, oh, I was so high on Sucker Punch? You're
Yeah.
making it seem like I had to make it my number one. You didn't have to do shit.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
could have
'cause-
gone God of War. You could have taken the easy route, but I don't think you would have predicted the story arc.
No, I would have said story trail. I honestly,
But not
I
a
would have
prequel.
said story
I
arc.
should get a third point because it was a prequel story trailer specifically.
Did he say that?
I did. I said it was gonna be backstory.
You said God of War
Behind
the story.
Behind the story.
That's a prequel, babe.
That's a prequel, baby.
12.5 points for Nick.
That's why I was saying I should get an extra point because it was specifically why he's there. It's not just a story of him being there, of him going through it.
Well, fuck you.
No,
I'm so confident. No, fuck you. I'll give you that point. I'll give you the 12.5. I'm so confident I will still outrank you in Nintendo. I'm confident.
I wasn't trying to fight you on that. I was
No,
just
no,
saying
no.
because
No,
I even said
you
it,
won, sir.
I
You
even,
won, sir.
I even
You
said
won,
it
sir.
before. I was like, I feel like I should get a third point, but I'll take the 2.
What do you rate Sony?
Sony, what did I give Ubisoft? 8.5?
Yeah, 8.5.
I give Sony a 7.
Okay, thoughts?
8.5.
8.5. 9.
9?
Oh, that's a shocker. That's Spider-Man, man.
Spider-Man, man.
It was
the Spider-Man Arkham Knight, bro.
We're forever calling it that now. It is forever known
It's
as
gonna be Spider-Man Arkham
Arkham
Knight.
I'm gonna
Arkham
tell you.
City.
I'm gonna tell you.
Well,
Whatever,
it
it doesn't matter. Arkham. Spider-Man Arkham. Spider-Man
I'm gonna
Arkham, whichever
I'm
iteration
gonna
you
tell
want.
you guys. I'm not even talking to them fuckers anymore. I'm gonna tell you why you got 9. The opening was beautiful.
And then
Yes,
Spider-Man
the
Arkham.
opening was-
Three great games. Then you go into Sean Layton saying how we're the shit. Then you have these great Monster Hunter, very impressive. Then you have Studio Japan with Shadow of the Colossus, cool. I would love to play that again. You have Marvel vs. Capcom. There's Destroy. Hey, you could try the story mode demo right now. Here's some cool characters to keep your eye on. Then you have a trailer for Call of Duty. Great. You go into VR. Not too long, 8 minutes exactly. You know what? Show off your VR. Skyrim VR, awesome. You know why Bethesda didn't show? Because they were hopped up on Nintendo Switch.
Nintendo Switch, yeah.
Then you have God of War, that story arc trailer saying this is why you have
That
to care
prequel
about.
story arc trailer?
Then you have Detroit Become Human, that more, this is your story, you can build your story. How do you play? Do you go with the androids? Do you go with the humans? Then you have Destiny saying, hey, remember, Destiny is the place to play here. It is where you need to be. And then you had with Spider-Man. Yeah, I know gripes, but I still think it was great. And besides Spider-Man, even if they ended on a Red Dead or a Last of Us, I still think pound for pound it was a very well-paced and fast-paced Sony press conference where it's like, we're going to show you all the games you need to know. We're going to give you the surprises, it is what it is. You don't need. And now,
were there really surprises though? Like, what was the surprise? What, the VR stuff?
Not even the VR stuff.
And Shadow of the Colossus?
No, Monster Hunter World surprised us
that
all.
That was a surprise.
You know, Marvel vs. Capcom, and yeah, we knew about it, but hey, here's a story you could try the demo right now.
That I wouldn't call it a surprise. It's
not a surprise, but
it's
hey,
it's like a gift.
Gifts are fucking fantastic too. God of War, the story arc trailer. You knew you like. It was rumored. Do we see anything of God of War? And then early 2018. Like, I just think pound for pound, it was a very nicely done conference just for me. And like I said, you really didn't need Spider-Man. If Spider-Man didn't close, I'm telling you what to say. If it was Last of Us,
what if it was nothing and they just thank you for joining
on Destiny?
Us? Yeah, they would just.
Honestly, I knocked it down in rating because of Spider-Man. If they would have ended with anything else,
she thought it was done after Destiny after he came out.
If they would have ended on Destiny,
she was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
I was like, "No, they're throwing us another game." I knew for a fact they were throwing us another game.
I don't think if that's his MO, which Nick says it is, okay, thanks for coming. Hope you, one more thing to give to you. You don't end it with that.
Bullshit. Spider-Man is fucking. It's unbelievable.
Of course you love
my
it, man.
apologies.
What was your favorite game last year, or the year 2016 game of the year?
2016 game of the year.
2015 game of the year, right?
Witcher?
Arkham?
No, I never made Arkham my game of the year. In 2015, it was Witcher.
Okay.
16.
And 16 was. What did I love last year? Life is Strange, I know, was up there.
Uncharted was last year?
Maybe
No.
Uncharted.
Probably Uncharted.
Probably
4.
Uncharted.
But what was 16?
That was 16.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was 16.
And then, because Witcher was the year before that. Still stand by Witcher.
I think it was Arkham Knight came out right before Witcher, and you're like, oh, this might be my game of the year, and then Witcher came out and blew you out.
No. Witcher came out before.
Yeah?
Witcher was May 19th. I remember the
Oh,
date
no,
very
I
well.
remember you saying if Witcher didn't come out, Arkham Knight would have been mine.
Yes.
I remember something along those lines.
You were definitely hopped up on Witcher, like nothing could
because
move
you were like,
that shit
if
down.
Witcher didn't come out, Arkham Knight would have been my game of the year.
Yeah, I could see that.
I believe that. And that's why I'm saying,
But
yeah,
that's
of course you love Spider-Man Arkham.
No, because I like the story of Batman.
Yeah.
You
I'm
know?
sure you like Spider. No,
I love
Spider.
what Nick
Spider
said,
Bat.
though. You're basically stealing from the enemy. Like, who does that?
Smart fucking people.
No, because it's copying. It's showing no originality.
Okay, so everybody's not a copy off of Call of Duty now?
Okay, you know what?
No.
Please put
Destiny's
in the
not.
comments that Pete is out of his
When
freaking 4K watching
Call
mind.
of Duty capitalized on Bungie's success and made a better shooter, Bungie decided to make a different game.
So Halo and Destiny. You would not say would be
No,
off
it's
of
not.
each other?
It's a different game. It's a different mechanic. It's a shooter, but it's a different game.
We haven't argued in a while. Let's get to argue.
It's a different game.
You're insane.
It's a first-person MMORPG. It's a different genre.
Goose Fraba. Thank you guys for watching the post.
We used to get along this
Sony.
year. You know, I thought we were going to get along very well this year. It seems like this E3 has divided us.
Why? You want to talk more?
First of all, I'm pissed because you didn't ask me my thoughts about Uncharted.
Just saying. We said in the beginning.
No, you did not say, Christine, what are your thoughts? And I'm a good sister and don't interrupt.
What are your thoughts on Uncharted?
My thoughts on Uncharted are, it actually was awesome because it made me not give a shit that Nathan Drake was not in the game. I thought that the characters,
Chloe's very strong enough to be on her own.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think so too,
And I like the villain. It looks like he's gonna be a
villain
smart
looks good.
guy who is not gonna be easy to mess with. Very, very into the game, even though at least I'm sure there's no Nathan Drake. Maybe a cameo, but I
love
doubt
how
it.
our pro show is longer than the actual press conference.
Yeah, I know. Crazy.
But we're
anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's get going.
Let me close this out.
Pete's got work in the morning.
No, I don't. I'm off.
Oh, you're off.
He's gonna be here at 11:30.
Who's gonna do Nintendo?
I don't know. I thought it was gonna be the ghost of Pete's past.
Who's gonna win?
Spider-Man will
Spider-Bat.
actually be manning the table.
Because I gave you 3 points on that God of War petition because I'm a nice guy, but I'm confident I'll still win. I swear to God. I swear.
Oh my God! Imagine if Nick wins by a point.
No, you know what point it would be that I would lose my shit if it's the Mario Maker. If you win because of that, I will go insane. Thank you guys for watching our post show of Sony 2017 E3. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know and us know in the comments what you thought. Are you a fan of Spider-Man? Do you agree with these fuckers and think that it's just a Batman clone? No, you're smart like me, and you're going to say Spider-Man is the way to go. Surprise, guess what the next poll on our Twitter, which you can go over on improv_gaming.
Who's right? Who's right about Spider-Man?
Is Spider-Man an Arkham clone? Yes or no?
That's how you're going to word it?
I don't know. I'll figure out how to word it.
Word it better.
Yeah.
Right?
Word. is Spider-Man the shit? That's what it's gonna be.
No.
Then yeah.
Is Spider-Man a clone of the Batman Arkham series?
I'll accept that answer. You could always cast your vote over on twitter.com/improv_gaming. But thank you guys for watching. Like I said, the post show. Remember, we are Improv Gaming. We come to you live every Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with top news stories of the week, topic of the show, new releases, and we have a nice little Tuesday and Thursday show where it's a little more bite size, right, Nick?
Bite-sized chunks.
Little chunks for your breaking knees. If not your breaking knees, your breaking needs. N-E-E.
What are breaking needs?
I don't know.
Knees.
Needs. Breaking knees?
Knees. Like you break knees. But I meant needs. But it sounds like knees.
For your breaking... What does that even mean, breaking needs?
Needs?
Remember, he thinks that undefeated,
Yeah, it means one match.
ranked match.
As always, ladies and gentlemen.
You motherfucker. Yeah, go into the ending screen, you son of a bitch. We'll be here tomorrow, or I'll be here tomorrow for 11:30 pre-show for Nintendo Spotlight. It's at noon. What's going to happen is, like you've seen all week, where we're going to have
I'm sure they're confused.
Pre-show, the Spotlight, and then a post-reaction, which I'm going to talk to you for probably an hour because I'm going to rub it in Nick's face and talk to you more about Spider-Man because I won't have anybody to hate on me for Spider-Man.
That's true. Oh, God.
That's true. He's going to have a half an hour to fucking just talk wonders about Spider-Man and not even acknowledge, like, the points or the Nintendo Switch predictions. Like, it just, listen, this is why it's not, all right? So if you don't vote, I'm going to disown you as a viewer.
Thank you guys for joining us at E3. We will see you very shortly. And as always, Spider-Man is the best.
Game on.
Spider-Man for the win.
Spider Knight is